We want to ask you, from all you have revealed to us now, what do you think that is the way forward for our people? And what are the challenges you, the lawyers that is representing us, fighting for us, is facing in this problem?
Thank you very much. Well, I think the way forward is that more lawyers will need to come in to this struggle. We already have instructions to that effect, and we're carrying out that we need to engage more lawyers because the field is wide, but the laborers are few. Then we need to have access to the informations about those who were arrested, because another challenge we have is that some of our clients' people, when they get arrested, they hardly remember they have lawyers they can talk to. So many of them are being harassed and intimidated quietly, but they could hardly remember to inform their lawyers about this harassment, about this intimidation. Like I mentioned to you, the case that was just brought to my attention yesterday, Ikechukwu Henry, that were arrested, that was arrested together with the wife and the landlady and the little baby. These people were arrested in August. Till yesterday, nobody thought it fit to tell any of the legal team members. You understand? So the young man, wherever he is, I'm sure he's feeling abandoned. His belief is that maybe nobody even know that he's still existing. So if they arrest any of our clients or their relations or their people, we expect them to alert us so that the legal team can know the best way to move. If you do not alert us, there's no how the legal team can conjure or, like you say, spiritually discover that somebody has been arrested. So we work based on information that are available to us. Then another challenge is the lack of respect, like I've already said, for rule of law, the lack of respect for constituted authority. But that challenge is a challenge I believe we can all surmount. For instance, immediately the DSS began to disregard and disrespect the orders of Honorable Justice Inyako, we fired what they call Form 48, trying to bring them to court for contempt, because we believe that if a court makes an order, that order must be obeyed. If you do not obey that order, then you are in contempt of court, you are in breach of the law. And if you are in breach of the law, by equity, by law, you cannot ask for any other favor from that court. If the court say do A and you refuse to do A, and then you come back to court to apply for B, the court will tell you no, go and carry out my order of A before you begin to ask for prayer B. So we, the lawyers, are still capable of surmounting that challenge, and we've put machineries in motion to make sure that such challenges are surmounted. Then my advice to your people is respect rule of law, irrespective of the situation we find ourselves today. We all, everybody, must respect the law. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu advice to us, to all his followers, is that they should respect the law, they should be calm, they should not do anything to jeopardize the court processes that are going on. Everybody is expected to respect the law as it is today and follow everything via due process. If it's the one you want to challenge in court, we challenge it in court. So let's not take laws into our hands. Let's not conduct ourselves in a manner that will attract unnecessary penalties. There are certain things you know is wrong. If you know those things are wrong, you do not do them. Otherwise, if it's your normal agitation for self-determination, that is a correct agitation. The law says you can do that. The Constitution says you can do that. The African Charter on Human and People's Rights the Universal Declaration of Rights, the United Nations Charter. Every law says you can conveniently do that. Self-determination is not a crime. The quest for self-determination is not a crime. But what can be a crime is the way and manner you go about it. And that is what we are advising and trying to make sure that people conduct themselves in orderly manner. And I think so far, we want to thank those who have been coming to court in solidarity with the leader of the IPOB, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, because so far they have shown themselves to be very responsible. They've acted with decorum. They've not given any room for necessary antagonism with other people. I remember the last court date, there was some sponsored group who came chanting that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is a terrorist and all manner of things. And initially, the security agencies that were in the premises of the Federal High Court were just looking at them as if they are in support. And eventually people started chanting song too in solidarity with Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. But it was, you sing your own side, the other people sang on their own side, everybody was singing, there wasn't any physical contact. I think that one is, we appreciate that. No matter the level of provocation, you act with, like as therefore as a Umibo, my father. That is our expectation. Then we can assure all those who are interested in the case of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu that we will leave no stone unturned in the pursuit for justice. We will leave no stone unturned in the pursuit for justice for Ngozi Umadi, Ebere Moha, Emeka Ngonade, and so many others who were arrested or kidnapped or abducted from one place to another. We will make sure that wherever we can trace them to, we'll trace them and make sure their rights are respected and secured. Okay? Then for those who suffered excesses in the hands of security agencies, we can also assure you that we will not leave those excesses without challenging them. We will not. It is part of our mandate, it is part of our brief, and we are ready to carry it out to the latest. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
So I want to ask you the last, but not the least, about this kidnapping going on in our land. And is there any way it can stop? Or is there anything that should be done concerning it?
When you say kidnapping, what kidnapping?
This security,
Okay.
Nigerian security coming to take somebody away without giving him access to his.
Well, the only way we can fight it is court. That's the only way we can fight it.
Can court give order for it to stop?
Of course, all the, like Ngozi Umadi, for instance, it was because of such facts that the court awarded 50 million naira in her favor. It is part of the penalty, part of the punishment to the states, to the police. Okay, since you have acted like an unruly horse, then you have to pay this penalty. Yeah, you know, 50 million is not small money. So if you act like somebody who doesn't have training, who doesn't respect the rule of law, then the court will give you a fine, such as 50 million. And we pray next time the court should give us higher than 50 million. Because some of these rights, you can't quantify them. You can't quantify rights. How many months have Ngozi Umadi remained in detention? How many months? Since March. She was arrested 1st of March. She was brought to Abuja 1st of March. Until today, as I speak with you, she's still in detention, even though we already got a judgment in her favor. And because we got judgment in her favor, then the court on the 16th of November quickly ran and filed a charge against her. Because we got judgment and we have served the police. So the police quickly went and filed this charge against her. You know? So we are going to defend the charge too. Okay. And let us see where we're going from there. But I can assure you that all those whose rights are violated, the person who violated the rights must pay for it. You asked us some of the challenges we're having. I may not be able to tell you all the challenges, but one of the challenges I can tell you is that security agencies too have on various occasions attacked lawyers of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. The most prominent one is the one they did in the house of Ifeanyi Ejiofor. December 2nd of 2019. His house was burnt down. People were killed in his compound for no just cause, just because he's a lawyer to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. That matter is in court, Federal High Court number 2, Oka, and we've all adopted our brief of argument. It's for judgment, December 2nd. Incidentally, December 2nd was the date that house was born, 2019. Judgment is coming up December 2nd again, 2021, on the same exact date, the same December 2nd. So when my Lord told us judgment is reserved for December 2nd, I just say thank you, God, because to me it's a good omen. Yeah. It's a good omen. Then another incident happened in his house again on the 6th of June 2021. In the dead of the night, security agencies again came to his house and killed his PA right on his bed while the man was sleeping. They killed him, arrested Ifeanyi Ejiofor's elder brother, and then arrested his gardener, his gate man, and one other person. You know, for what? For what? What did those ones do? Because they work for salary and they are paid salary. And as I speak with you, till today, they have refused to tell us where they are. As they took them away, when they got to Okacha side, they asked Ifeanyi's brother to get out of the vehicle. That one get out, and he thought they were going to shoot him. Luckily, they didn't shoot him. He ran away. He went home. So he is the one who informed us that those who did this operation are DSS people, State Security Service. And State Security Service took away the cook, took away the gardener and the gate man till today. As I speak with you, is that not kidnapping? It is. And nobody knows where they took them to. Till today, nobody knows where they took them to. They have not allowed them access to call their people. We don't know whether they are alive or dead. That is state terrorism as far as I'm concerned. It's state terrorism. You cannot commit illegality. You cannot act as if there is no law. The law is there. The constitution is there. If before you even make a statement, give them access to their lawyer, give them access to anybody they want to talk to. But this one, no access to anybody. We don't even have the slightest idea whether they're in Abuja here or whether they're in Oka. It's unfortunate. And then they burnt down the corpse of Ifeanyi Ejiofor's PA, put him inside Ifeanyi Ejiofor's car, and set both the car and the corpse on fire. In Oka, in Okacha, near Nemi, in Anambra State. You know, so all these things are very bad pointers. You see, these are the kind of things you get from people who are not civilized, people who are not trained, people whose training is in the negative rather than in the positive. Okay, because everybody can do a bad thing. The only thing that differentiates a human being from an animal is that human beings try to do the good things, but animals, they do it whatever they want. So that's the unfortunate thing. But we have laws. We continue to exercise the law. That's all. We continue to exercise the law. That is where our own fight is. Exercise the law. Let the law be interpreted. Let the law be applied to the various acts done by all these people, and they will know where we are going from there. If the law becomes inadequate, the House of Assembly or the National Assembly will be there to make new laws to cover the inadequacies. So those are the things.
Thank you, Barrister Nnamdi Ejiofor.
Thank you.
One of the leader council of our leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. It is very, very, we appreciate your time, and we know that you are a very busy person, man, and we give you last one before we go. What is the next date of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu?
Well, as of now, it's 19th, 20th of January, 2022. But like I told you, we have applied for time to be abridged, to bring down the date within 2021. We are hoping that the court will grant it and that Ministry of Justice will be ready. If the court grants it and the Ministry of Justice is ready, then we will go on with the case. So the matter between us, between Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and the federal government is going to be 19th and 20th January 2022, unless the court grants our application to bring back the date within 2021.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
This date is 26th of November 2021. This is the day we may have this interview. And the people that are having this interview with our able barrister is Abuja Family Media. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.